All right, we are live for sure, but um, I just want to see that my audio is visible. Give me a sec. Wait, did I just say my audio is visible? Oh my goodness, আমার যে কি হয়েছে? Let me just see that if I'm audible. All right, so there are 4 people watching. That's good. There are 4 people watching. That's good. Achana. All right. So I think a lot of people can hear me. Hi guys. Yeah, I'm perfectly audible. I can see that. And with that being said, I will be taking this time today and answering a lot of questions about admissions, especially early action and decision. A lot of my personal students and a lot of uh, my viewers and admirers, they were watching this and they were asking for a lot of advices regarding study abroad applications and especially early action decision, whatever. So I think this video would help a lot of people regarding a lot of different things. So আমি আজকে I'll basically walk through সবকিছু starting from what are the main mistakes people do, especially in their early actions and decisions. Oh, I can see that some of my friends from America has also joined. And then I will be answering a lot of questions about extracurricular sections. I would be answering a lot of questions about um, study abroad based issues, your activity section, how a lot of people are messing up their early action decision essays, which I feel that is very, very important. But before that, let me share this in Bangladesh Beyond Borders page so that most of the people can also have access to this. And then we can start. My roommate, Pasher Rume, he's making food. Uh, and I think ওটার জন্য একটু আওয়াজ আসতেছে. He's recently started cooking. See, in college, you have to basically try out everything at least once in your life, and that's what's happening. Uh, Even I tried out a couple of things. এটা কানেও লাগে না ভাই, কি আজব. Um, Comprehensive walkthrough live. All right, so yeah, a lot of people were actually asking me about a lot of different videos. So this is it. I mean, this video is gonna cover up all of your queries, and with no further delay, let's start up. Pore, I think I'm gonna be adding timestamps into this so that it's easier. But yeah, let's go. First of all, about your essays. I don't know if you guys have any specific essay-based questions or not, but the biggest problem that a lot of people are facing, especially in their personal essay, আমরা যেটাকে বলি, সেটা হচ্ছে you guys are just stating down facts. Okay, so there are a couple of issues that are happening. Some people are really good essay writers, but they're not being able to express themselves properly, and some people are very good expressive people, but they're not able to put in facts properly. But যে big issue টা হয়েছে, I already checked around 30 to 40 essays for the class of 2022 itself. I think you guys are 22, right? Yeah. For the class of 2026, অথবা যারা 2022 তে apply করতেছো, and the biggest issue that I faced was most of the topics, most of the essays, and in fact, most of the ideas were pretty identical. And the reason why that is happening is not because you guys are different. ঠিক না? তোমরা তো সবাই different মানুষ, right? But the bigger issue is a lot of you guys are not understanding how to properly come up with an essay that admissions officers might like, especially when it comes to this particular thing. দেখছো এটা শেষমেশ পড়েই গেছে. But especially when it comes to your essay, the personal essay, দুইটা জিনিস খেয়াল রাখবা. The first thing is you are not writing too many things about your family member, ammu, abbu, chacha, jetha, jethi. This is happening like way too much. And I realized that this is one of the main reasons why people are losing words. Some people were telling me that bhaiya, 650 words, it runs out really quickly and everything, but trust me, 650 words is a lot of words. And the way you guys can basically overcome this is চেষ্টা করবা 650 words এর মধ্যে যাতে 650 words ই তোমাকে নিয়ে হয়. Do not make it an essay about someone else, because let's remember that American essays are basically called personal essays. So make it as personal as possible. Do not just say that my father blah 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 and then finish up entire paragraph about your father, right? So this was the bigger issue. আরেকটা যেটা ইস্যু হচ্ছে with your essays is the use of simple sentences. You guys have no idea কিভাবে the usage of sentence structures can literally completely change your essay from being the worst essay to the best essay. Let me give you a couple of example. For example, আমি যদি একটা পুরা প্যারাগ্রাফে খালি simple sentences লিখি, I eat rice, rice is my favorite food, it is the best thing on the planet. No, that is not how a good essay works. So the next time we write the essay, তোমরা নিজে একটু গুনে দেখবা যে তোমাদের কয়টা simple sentence, complex sentence and compound sentences আছে। এই তিনটা নিয়ে যদি তোমরা ভিডিও চাও, I will definitely make it, but this is not the most important thing right now. Try to look up for the similarities and differences between simple, compound and complex sentence. তোমরা এগুলা গুগলে সার্চ দিলেই পাবা। বাট ইন শর্ট আমি যদি বলতে চাই, সিম্পল সেন্টেন্স হইতেছে সাবজেক্ট ভার্ব অবজেক্ট, আই ইট রাইস। আর কম্পাউন্ড সেন্টেন্স হইতেছে যেগুলা ডিফারেন্ট কানেক্টরস দিয়ে শুরু করা হয় বা একটু ভেরিয়েশন জানি। ফর এক্সাম্পল, whenever I go to a restaurant, comma, I eat rice. So this is way better than saying that I went to the restaurant, I ate rice, right? So যাতে different type of sentence এর variation থাকে, that is something that you guys have to ensure properly. And the other thing that you guys have to properly verify and validate is that you are not repeating information. So I was just reading an essay, and okhane I literally saw someone repeating the same sentence over and over again. Basically word counter একটা পুরা disastrous মানে issue হয়ে যাচ্ছে। So let's not do that, because that basically cuts off all the necessary things from a proper essay. I'm mainly talking about the personal essay. আমি supplemental essay একটু পরে যাচ্ছি। All right, because supplemental essays are very broad of a topic, and like it depends from university to university about which topic you are gonna do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But supplemental essay তে যদি আমি এখন যাই, but before that, let me just finish up with the main essay. Again, in your main personal essay, please আরেকটা জিনিস ensure করা দরকার যে of course you are staying with your character and everything, but choose the essay topic wisely. I think there are 6 topic prompts inside the common app. If you are confused, just go on with the last one. ঠিক আছে? You don't have to choose the first 5 6. I don't know why. Acha, I think Shiab is talking. Anyways, so as I was saying, that your personal essay should be as personal as possible. Do not make it about someone else, and also ensure that তুমি বেশি jargon or words use করতেছো না which dedicates to someone else. And yeah, not to mention, what I was saying is that সেন্টেন্সের ভেরিয়েশন আনাটা অনেক ইম্পর্টেন্ট। A lot of people were using a lot of words, কিন্তু ওরা বুঝতেছিল না যে it's not the words that matter, it's the entire sentence that matters as well, right? So that is also very important. Yeah, can my personal essay be one extracurricular activity that I love and has an impact on me? As I was saying, there are some prompts. ওই prompts এর মধ্যে I think there is one prompt which tells you about describe a certain activity which blah blah blah. Yeah, you can use that, but I would say that there is a separate activity section for your activities. So I don't think that it would be extremely helpful for you to completely write an essay about one extracurricular activity unless you have so many things to write about it. Because 650 words is a lot of words, right? And if you really want to encompass 650 words with only one activity, এটার মানে কি তোমার অনেক accomplishments থাকতে হবে, তোমার অনেক ভুগিচুগি জিনিস থাকতে হবে, right? So if you have that, it's fine. If you don't have that, just don't stress about it. আমার আবার হেডফোন পড়ে গেছে। Oh my god, this is so weird. Anyways, so this is done. Humaira Tasnim is saying that what is EAED? I think I already have a video on that. Please check out my channel for that. But yeah, with that being said, let's move on to the next part of the topic, which is I am pretty sure that I was about to discuss the extracurricular section today, but ওইটার আগে কি আমার কিছু বলার আছে নাকি না? Oh yeah, extracurricular section এ চলে যায় because I think this would be very important. Starting off with um, the activity section. Activity section remember on the left hand side there is you know when you finally print out তোমাদের last PDF file, there is a portion which talks about how many hours per week and blah 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 blah, right? How many hours per week did you work and how many weeks per year did you work? প্রথম কথা হইতেছে, I don't give a damn তুমি কত বড় founder and chief executive officer অথবা president of XYZ organization or whatever you are. এটা তো জোরে কথা বলে কেন? শিহাব, আস্তে। Yeah. So, as I was saying, that honestly, it does not matter how many organizations if you have founded, if তোমার প্রথমে একটা red flag বসে যায়. And let me tell you how the red flag first sit into it. Red flag mainly বসে যখন তুমি facts নিয়ে খেলাখেলি করো. For example, can there be more than 24 hours in a day? No, right? So ওটা চিন্তা করবা যে if some people write যে তুমি 11 এবং 12 let me give you an example, and this is what the admissions officer has talked to you guys a lot about. um, let's say 11 and 12 I did 5 activities, and all those 5 activities together take away almost like 300 400 hours per year or something. I don't think this many hours, I mean per month, this many hours is feasible, because even if there are so many hours per month allocated to it, তুমি কি খালি ওই জিনিসটাই করছো? Didn't you study? Didn't you sleep? Didn't you do hagu or anything? Of course you did all of those things, right? So that does not come into this, because you have to ensure that universities don't see that these numbers reflect how many hours you have worked. They basically trying to see that if you're dedicated towards that activity, if you have awards for that extracurricular activity, or if you have proper contributions to that type of activity, rather than just writing down যে হ্যাঁ আমি 50 ঘন্টা কাজ করছি, আমি 100 ঘন্টা কাজ করছি. It actually does not work properly like that. All right, so please ensure that. Someone was talking about the SAT. Please wait for that, because I'm going to come to the SAT portion in a while. But right now, let me finish the activity section real quick. Okay, so the first thing is, after you are done with the activity section, don't just see যে তুমি কি কি করছো, but see যে তোমার hours per week and weeks per year টা ভালো মতন সাজানো আছে নাকি না. That is very important, because as early action is coming up, people will be very very serious when they look into this section, especially the admissions officers, because activities in college, as I am here right now, I understand the importance of it. যদি একটা কম্পিউটার সায়েন্স স্টুডেন্টের বেশি একটা অ্যাক্টিভিটি করার টাইম হয় না, especially if you are doing third and fourth year courses, because মাথা ফুটে যাইতেছে আমার. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And also please ensure that you are organizing তোমার activity section from the most important to the least important, and also try to provide statistics in your activity section. Let's say instead of saying যে আমি অনেক কাজ করছি, you can write আমি 100 ঘন্টা কাজ করছি. Instead of saying I helped a lot of people, you can give a number. I helped 100,000 people. I helped 5,000 people. If you're a social media person, or if you have a personal business, you can write I have helped 500 customers. Or if you are a teacher who has done tuitions, you can say that I have helped 100 students. Numbers and statistics don't lie. Instead of saying just abstract statements, I think that is very important. I have no idea why is this falling. I think I should bring out my AirPods, কিন্তু এটার জন্য আমাকে উঠতে হবে, so I won't be that active in this hour of the night. So I will just continue with this. But let me know if you guys can hear me properly or not. All right. So where I am right now, I am actually in my apartment, and this is not the best view of my apartment. So basically, there's a Bangladeshi flag hanging from there, and I'll do an apartment tour real quick, but it's pretty late at night, and I think I will keep that for some other time. But yeah, I'm just sitting on my bed and trying to help you guys out um, before I sleep. So yeah, that is pretty much it. And let's move on to the next part. Yeah. So now let's talk about the SAT. Um, I know that a lot of people are struggling with SAT score. What is a good SAT score? Why do you need an SAT score? Is an SAT score important? Oh my god, I did not do good in my SAT score. What to do? Hey Kopal, I did extremely good in my SAT, but it's still not good enough. What should I do? Here is the fun fact. Consider yourself lucky that you are not in my batch, because in my batch it was very very competitive, and I think SAT score did have a value. Right now it does not have too much value, because as long as the college has made it optional, it means that even without your SAT score, you are in a very, very um, good state. All right, so that is very important. The second thing is, if you are sure যে তুমি um, early action এ apply করতেছো, you don't have to submit the SAT, because I have seen that a lot of my friends, even in their last year, they got into their early actions, some of the good colleges as well, with full financial aid without submitting an SAT score. Both international and also some of my local friends in Michigan who are a year junior than me, they all have. So you don't have to worry too much about it. But do not take my word for that, because ওইসব স্টুডেন্টদের অন্য জায়গা ছিল যেখানে ওরা অনেক ভালো ছিল. Some of them were very good in extracurricular activities, some of them were very good in academics, some of them were very good somewhere in their application, which helped to compensate for the low SAT score. Sometimes what happens is, even if your extracurricular activity section is bad, maybe a good SAT score, let's say a very good SAT score, 1550 or 1500 plus, might compensate for that. ঠিক আছে? But if you don't have a good SAT score, now what do I mean by a good SAT score? Normally, if you have a 1400 plus, I think it should be it for most of the colleges. But if you're reaching for some very, very high stake colleges like Harvard or MIT, I don't think that they would accept a Bangladeshi student with an SAT less than 1500. But that is just from what the statistics say. Of course, if you're an exceptional student, if you run like Usain Bolt, or if you swim like Michael Phelps, maybe তোমাকে নিয়ে নিবে even with a 700 out of 1500 or 1600 SAT score. It's fine. But right now, what's more important is to show in which part of the application you are strong. If you are an essay writer, make sure that that is the strongest part of your application. If you are the extracurricular person, which in my case was the strongest part of the application, make that the strongest part of your application. If you are academically extremely strong, if you have country highs, world highs, bitti paiso, make it the strongest part of your application. Basically, do something in your application which shows that you deserve to be in that university. Sometimes what happens is, even if you deserve to be in the university, they cannot take you because ওদের seat শেষ হয়ে গেছে. But right now what you need is to show them that you are deserving, and make them make the hard decision, not make them make you the hard decision. আমি যদি বুঝাইতে পারি, ঠিক আছে? Make it so difficult for them to reject you that they end up accepting you. That is how I would see it. All right. So this was the main activity section and the about the SAT. And after that, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the section যেখানে a lot of people kind of struggle, which is the transcript and the recommendation letter. Let me open up some questions যেখানে আমার আগেও কিছু questions আমি বলছিলাম যে আমি দিব. Um, yeah. So some of you have also asked me questions on my last yeah, so let's go. Which transcripts will the counselor upload? Like, is O level, AS, and A2 results counted? Okay. So always remember that America does not care about your SSC, HSC, A level, O level results. America mainly cares about your high school transcript or your internal report, which is 9, 10, 11, 12 এর ভিতরকার midterm, final term exams. And then additionally, most of the colleges might ask for your board level examinations. In my case, it was O level and A levels. So the transcript can be made in a lot of different ways depending on which school you come from or how you do it. But I would suggest attach your 9, 10, 11, 12 internal reports first, and then your class SSC result, and then your HSC result, and then combine all of them into the same PDF, and then tell your counselor to submit that. I think that would be the best way of doing that. At least that's what I did. And then if it's predicted, give the predicted grades. That's not going to be an issue. Um, Question from an NCTP kid with a very low EFC: how are the drawbacks of going test optional? If they say going optional won't hurt applicants' chance of getting in, then why don't they just go test blind? If there are any drawbacks, how to make up for them? That's an excellent question, especially a parta je not going optional won't hurt them. So here's the thing: they told you that it won't hurt applicants যাদের tests are optional, but they never told you that it will not benefit applicants who have a good SAT score. So you will not suffer. But let's say there are 100 seats and you are, let's say, applicant number 150. The problem is the first 100 students have a very good SAT, and that is one of their advantages, which you are not using because you got a low SAT score. If all of those 100 seats gets filled up, because of course having a good SAT score is impressive, then you might be the sufferer. But you won't be the sufferer because, oh, this guy is going test optional, he must be a stupid student. No, they will not judge you by that. It will be an advantage for them, but not necessarily a disadvantage for you directly, but indirectly, yes. I hope that clears it out. All right. Someone is saying that I messed up and sent these colleges uh, to this college. I'm gonna apply to ED. What should I do now? Okay, that's a very interesting question. So here's the thing: if you have already sent your score early decision, you cannot do anything about it. So you just have to wait for it. If you are really passionate about it, if you send them an email regarding what happened, they might even attach that thing with your application that, okay, I messed up, but why did you mess up? This specific person told me যে ওরা অনেক রেগুলারলি ওদের সাথে ইমেলে কন্ট্যাক্টে আছে. I think this is good. Try to keep in contact with the college, especially if you're looking for full financial aid. That might help in the future. If a university requires two teacher evaluation, additionally, there is an option to submit two optional teachers' evaluation. Is it a good idea to submit total 4 LOR? 110% yes. I submitted this 4 LORs. If my SAT score doesn't meet the 75th percentile, should I go test optional? My score is in the middle. No, you should not go test optional. 75th percentile mane hoitese out of 100 people who get accepted, 25 of the people have that score. What about the other 75 people who get accepted? I would say that even if you have a 25th percentile, go with the SAT score. You never know. Kya pata? Kal ho na ho. Never mind. I'm drunk. Uh, Once I submit one uni's application through Common App, can I change my activity section wording after? 100%. You can definitely do that. It gets so তোমার last যে PDF টা generate হয়, that gets generated based on um, what you have in the Common App then. So that will definitely do that job. I am from NCDB background, SSC batch 20. মানে HSC batch 22. My council used GPA 5. Our school's internal exam are pretty bad and GPA 5 is hard. Yeah, so my question is, should I GPA 5 in a given GPA option? Um, I think you can. I don't have too much idea about the NCTP background, but some of my friends did use the cumulative GPA portion. It's not necessary. You can also give not, applicable, because I'm pretty sure that the curriculum doesn't work like this. So you don't have to work too much like that. ঠিক আছে? Applying to early decision is the best, but there is a hurdle in sending the school marks. Uh, oh, give me a sec. শিহাব তুই কি গান বাজাচ্ছস? Anyways, but I hope that you guys can still hear me. If okay, then it's fine. Um, so it would be really helpful if you covered this topic a bit descriptively. How and when does the school transcript should be sent in the predicted scores? See, predicted results are not necessary to be included in the transcript. One university can ask for that personally from you. You don't need to worry too much about it. Okay, it's not like you have to submit it with that. All right, so don't worry about it too much. All right, so those were all the questions from my Facebook. Now এখানে is it possible to get research opportunities in grade 9? Of course, a freshman majoring in computer science. What factors should one take into account while researching for good universities? Okay, I am suffering from that, and let me tell you something. Computer science is not easy. There is no shortcut of computer science at all. I have, and I am honestly having a very very rough time, and here's why. So computer science, it's not like if you study a lot you will get the result. Okay, so this is how computer science works. In CS, Even if you study, there's a guarantee that you might not reach the outcome. For example, অনেকে বলে না যে, আই থিঙ্ক তোমরা অনেকে শুনছো যে মেডিকেল অনেক সোজা। ওয়েট, ওকে, নেভার মাইন্ড। সো অনেকে বলে যে মেডিকেল ইজ দ্য হার্ডেস্ট, but I personally feel that medical is easy because everything is in the book. So as everything is in the book, you don't have to work too much on doing things of your own. Of course, medical has its own difficulties. এখানে যেটা হয় যে if you are a new person to computer science and if you're a first generation CS student, মানে তোমার কোনো ভাই বোন আগে কিছু করে নাই, the issue that happens is um, তোমার কিছু কিছু জায়গায় you will get stuck. And in University of Michigan, my biggest issue, the issue that I'm facing a lot, is এখানে অনেক কম বাংলাদেশী আছে যারা আমার কোর্সটা নিতেছে, where again Canada comes into handy, because let's say in UBC and U of T, no matter how difficult to get in these colleges are, ওখানে আসলে অনেকগুলা বাংলাদেশিস আছে, so they help each other out. Which আমেরিকাতে একটা ডিসঅ্যাডভান্টেজ হচ্ছে there is not too many Bangladeshis if you're studying in a very good college, especially in a very good public college like UMich, UC Berkeley, or UCLA. They are very selective people. So yeah, my biggest suggestion to you would be read a couple of books, practice coding, try out a couple of data structures. কোন language শিখতেছো doesn't matter, but what's more important is just knowing English properly. um and trust me when I say this, অনেকে আমাকে এই কথা জিজ্ঞেস করে যে okay, my um, results are not good, will I still get into it? So forget all about that. The reason I'm making this video is early action decision, the biggest reason why people apply early is to get an advantage compared to the other regular decision applicants, because they know that they're stronger and they know that they need the scholarship and the financial aid the university is providing. So a couple of check marks to remember. First of all, do not be a generic applicant. Do not talk about things in the essays and in the common application way. Alada portion which are very obvious. For example, Harvard. Oh, I love Harvard building. Mark Zuckerberg এখানে যখন পড়ছিল আমার অনেক ইচ্ছে করতো। No, don't write those things. Focus and research about their departments. Focus and research about a specific a specific professor, their courses, and a specific building, a monarch inside the university that impresses you. University আশেপাশে জায়গাপত্রের কথা টথা বলতে পারো, it's not a problem. All right, but what's more important than that is তোমার পুরো early action decision এ বেশি silly mistake করবে না. When I talk about silly mistake, I mean like at least the basic information. Let's say Harvard এর অথবা ইউমিশ হচ্ছে Wolverine. Do not write something else instead of Wolverine when you are oopsie. So when you're talking about facts, ensure that your facts are correct. Facts correct রাখা I think is like way more important than just making things up. So remember that. আরেকটা জিনিস যেটা মনে রাখবা সেটা হচ্ছে পোর্টফোলিও। A lot of universities require portfolios or CVs. কোনো কিছু অপশনালও রাখবা না, just fill everything up. Ensure that the base is very strong. আহ, কোনো স্পেলিং ফেলিং মিস্টেক করা একদম কোনো চান্স আসে না, because early action they take things really seriously. And essays, help them get reviewed by someone. I am pretty sure doesn't matter if it's me or any other content creator, we will be really busy right now with our exams if we are, applicants. So I think that you guys should at least review these with your peers, friends who are good in English first before you even send it to us, যাতে আমাদের জন্য একটু কাজটা ইজি হয়েছে even if we want to review this. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, this will be part one. I am pretty sure that I will be making one or two of these because my midterms are also going to end soon. And then we can really talk about this before November 1st or November 15th, which is most of your deadline. So, let me know if this helps or not. I'll keep it exactly 30 minutes and end it in 40 seconds. But, কারো যদি কোনো questions থাকে, let me know in the comment section below. And I will definitely try to ensure that you guys get as many queries as cleared out as possible. And যদি কোনো personal query থাকে, then inbox এ please দিও. But the best way to reach me out is through email. So email me at deeper@umich.edu if you guys have any lingering questions. All right then. Thank you so much. It has gone pretty cold. কয়েকদিন পর এখানে there will be snow soon, and I just hope that I'm ready for it. Pray for my midterms, and thank you for subscribing to the channel.